Hey guys, this is Mr. A. Chrissy here, and welcome back to another movie review once again. Before I start talking about today's movie and today's movie review, this is actually the 1984 movie that I watched like last week. But before I get into that, I just want to let you all know that I'm sure you guys already know today's the first day of November. October is over. Now the big Thanksgiving month, November, is here. And of course my Pixar intro is back to normal. And my outro, which you'll see at the end, is also back to normal too, with the white background and red text, But yeah, Halloween's over for this year. And now we're in November. Yep, so with that being said, happy first day of November. So yeah, November's going to be a big month. It's going to be a busy month in life and movies that are coming out. But yeah, that's all. I know I already said it many times before. So let's get started with today's movie review that I'm going to be reviewing on today. Today's movie review is going to be on the 1984 original film directed by David Lynch, and that's going to be on Dune. Yep, that's right. I'm going to be reviewing the David Lynch's Dune. Yeah, Dune from 1984. So Dune is about, the story of Dune goes like this. In the year 10191, a spice called melange is the most valuable substance known in the universe, and its only source is the desert planet Arrakis. Yeah, whatever you want to pronounce it. A royal decree awards Arrakis to Duke Leto Atreides and ousts his bitter enemies, the Harkonnens. Yeah. However, when the Harkonnens violently seize back their fieldom, it is up to Paul. Yeah, it is up to Paul, this guy named Paul, who's played by Kyle MacLachlan, like Leto's son, to lead the Fremen, the natives of Arrakis in a battle for control of the planet and its spice, based on Frank Herbert's epic novel. And pretty much Paul has to do whatever he can to there you go. So I watched the original Dune from 1984 on HBO Max. I watched it last week before I went to the beach for Halloween, and I watched the original Dune on HBO Max, David Lynch, and I know a lot of people have been saying that the original Dune from 1984 was like it turned out to be like mediocre at best, like mediocre. But in my opinion, I thought it was pretty good. I know there might be some people out there who may like it, like the original Dune, because I kind of liked it. I kind of liked it a little bit. I mean, the original Dune, for like the 1984 David Lynch Dune, it actually turned out to be pretty good, and it was pretty good in my opinion. I somehow enjoyed it. I liked it. And I think the way that David Lynch shot this film, because I know this movie first came out in 1984, and it kind of does feel like Star Wars a bit. It's almost like a different version of Star Wars, just like the new 2021 Dune that came out last month. But yes, and David Lynch did a pretty alright job directing the original Dune, and the acting performances, the acting itself is pretty good. Like Kyle MacLachlan did a pretty good job playing Paul in this film, and Patrick Stewart's in this film too. I actually recognize Patrick Stewart in this film. Yeah, like Patrick Stewart from Star Trek and the X-Men, and yeah, and Patrick Stewart he did a pretty good job in this film as well. Oh yeah, and I also didn't know that Sting was actually in this film too. The singer Sting. Oh, and Linda Hunt. Linda Hunt was actually in this film too. Yeah. So, and yes, I actually did watch besides watching the 1984 Dune on HBO Max. I also watched the 2021 Dune on HBO Max. Just like my Uncle Charles did. My Uncle Charles did the same thing too, since I know we were busy doing other things besides going to the movies, Baltimore Comic-Con for me. But yeah, so I also watched the 2021 Dune on HBO Max, and While I say that the 1984 Dune was a pretty good film, I gotta say I loved the 2021 Dune a lot more. I'll talk about it. I'll talk about that more in my next movie review on the 2021 Dune as soon as possible. So overall, the Dune 1984 was a pretty good film, and I'm gonna give the 1984 David Lynch Dune a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Yeah, it's my best rating. 3.5 out of 5. So, if you haven't watched the 1984 Dune yet, if you haven't watched it yet, I say give it a watch. And if you have HBO Max, then I say feel free to check this film out. So there you have it, guys. That's going to be it for my movie review on Dune. Yeah, 1984 Dune. Yeah, you get it. So that's going to be it for this review. So make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And as always, thanks for watching. And until next time, this is Mr. A. Crizzy saying goodbye, everybody, and that's about it.